The one thing that I have learned with all these clients that we have scaled to multiple seven figures is that you cannot scale chaos. It is one lesson you have to learn, and that's that. Hey everyone, and in today's video I'm going to share with you the process I follow in order to scale multiple businesses by actually adding just one thing that not only eliminates problems, not only saves up a lot of time, it also allows businesses to hire better, onboard clients better, and give them the actual results they are looking for. Now, all these things are happening while the business owner or yourself, whether you are the CEO or COO in the company, you have things fully dialed in. And the thing is, you don't want to have all these variables in your business because that means more complexity. So the client journey flow shows you one way you actually get things done and trains people to follow the same standard process. If you know McDonald's or any big companies, you know they have a way of doing things. And it's not because we want to be boring and we don't want to spice things up or we don't want to send a nice message, but it's like, okay, what is the standard? What are some things that need to happen for sure for every client? If you want to add more, feel free, but the standards needs to be met. So let's start with this. The client journey flow, and you can see here on my screen, it's something that is going to allow you to find the flaws in the current process you have. It's going to allow you to find the right people you need to onboard and what kind of skills they need to have in order to fulfill and give the clients what exactly they need. And also you're going to understand how you can improve and actually have an edge in the market, because I'll tell you this, the people who know how they're delivering, they know exactly what they need to improve on, what else they can add without breaking things. If you're constantly adding a new offer, a new this, a new that, or adding so many variables, this is not scalable. And the one thing that I have learned with all these clients that we have scaled to multiple seven figures is that you cannot scale chaos. It is one lesson you have to learn, and that's that when it comes to operations. So having a standard process, making sure all your clients are experiencing your service at the top and how exactly it should be, and making sure that this is happening without having to hire top talent in the market. So I'm going to share with you how exactly you're going to go about this right now. The first thing you need to do is block 2 hours from your calendar. It could take less, it could take more, but this is going to be an amazing return on investment on these 2 hours. It's going to save you from headaches in the future. It's going to allow you to have that time freedom you're looking to have, and it's going to be easier for you to onboard new team members because now they know what it should look like, right? Don't try to tell people, oh, you're doing things wrong, or hey, this client is not succeeding. In reality, tell them, hey, here's how you allow your clients to succeed. Here's how we onboard the clients. And then people are going to follow the instructions you're giving them. It's much easier than actually constantly telling your team, oh, you're doing things wrong, right? So let's go with this. 2 hours, bring your team members in, okay? Whether they're in the trenches, whether it's just a simple VA, whether it's like whoever it is, bring them in. And let's have this conversation where we actually breaking things down on how we're delivering on every single offer we have in the program. If they're similar, you don't need to do this 2 or 3 times, you just do it one time. And then you go and break things down exactly how they are, not how you wish they were as a business owner. Sometimes you need to be quiet and listen to what are people experiencing in the trenches. So let them speak. The moment they speak, someone is actually taking notes. You want to keep notes and of course, record this call, and you want to make sure that you're documenting exactly how you are onboarding the clients, how exactly you're delivering the clients, what kind of tools and resources, or if you have any template messages or template documents you're using for every client, you also want to keep track of that when you're documenting the client journey flow. The next thing you want to do is you want to notice for any flaws or points of failure. You want to start now reverse engineering success. What is it that could fail your clients? For example, if your client cannot easily find the onboarding booking link, if your client is sharing notes, let's say on ClickUp, but your team is on Slack or vice versa, then this is going to cause problems. So how do you make sure that this is communicated with your client, right? You make sure that as part of the onboarding process and the onboarding call is that you tell them exactly how it is expected out of them to actually communicate with your team. This needs to be a standard that is set and an expectation that is set, all right? There are a couple of things over there, but just start looking to like flaws or points of failure or things that you guys are not doing very efficiently. So then you start adding suggestions. Now, when it comes to keeping track of all these notes and all the process you have, I'm going to share with you 2 ways you can do this. You can either do it on a Google Doc, simple, gets the job done, or you can do it on a Google Sheet. the Google Sheet, I highly recommend if you're an agency or you have a delivery system that is more complicated. There are more variables and it's not exactly linear. Like, okay, this is 1, 2, and 3, and 4, but you have 1, 1.1, 1.2, and all this, and things happening at the same time. So the example I'm showing you right here is you can create this table inside of Google Docs, very simple, exactly the same way that I have done it here. And then you start breaking things down. Onboarding process. Who is taking the onboarding call? What is discussed? Bullet points, okay? Don't make paragraphs or like pages of exactly what is going on. You can do that if you have time. A lot of business owners that I work with, they don't even have the time to do so. So please, let's remove any friction that requires that you have hours and hours, okay? The point is to get this done and move on. So you have the onboarding, you have delivery, receivables. That means payment plan. Who's responsible for that? If the payments are failed, who's taking care of this? What are the next steps? What are the consequences for the client? Do we keep track of this somewhere, somehow? If yes, good. If no, why not? Next thing, offboarding and upselling. If you're not upselling your clients or you don't have a high lifetime value, you're literally losing money. Every single month, you have to go for a new hunt. You have to find new people that you're going to serve. And the thing is, while you have a pool of 500 people sitting over there for your next offer, you're just looking for new people all the time. All right. So this is how you go about it. Open a Google Doc, create the setup that I'm showing you here, get with your team and start working on this. If you want to add comments or notes, I can show you an example right here how you can go about it. You can pause the video here and check. And if you want to add comments, okay, this is wrong for XYZ, okay? All these things, if this is wrong or this is right, you can add comments and all this. But as a business owner, please let your team speak. If you're on your own, then please reflect. Take a moment to reflect what is going wrong. How can you eliminate all these points of failure and how can you eliminate all the stress that is happening in your current business? Now, if you have an agency, this is going to be very valuable for you. I have actually opened it right here and I'm going to show you the template. Again, you can copy exactly what I'm doing here. And the reason I'm showing you a Google Sheet and nothing more advanced is because I want to make it easy for people to actually understand. I don't want you to have excuses why you didn't do this. You're like, oh, I don't have subscription to this or that. Just get it done. That's the most important thing. So as you can see here, it's broken down into phases, all right? And the phases are very important here when we have more complicated offers. For example, you could have like social media management and Facebook ads or anything like this, and you have multiple things running at the same time. You need your copywriter to work, content creator to work, social media manager, account manager, all these guys need to work at the same time. So what you do is you break things down into columns, right? One deliverable, as you can see here, is one column, deliverable 2, 3, 4, and then you have an assignee, okay? This is very important for bigger teams where you have multiple people that need to work at the same time. And what you do is, for example, you offer a copywriting. Step 1 is the client needs to fill out the onboarding form for the copywriting. Next thing is you start writing copy, you send the first drafts, you get it back, you receive the feedback, you hop on a call with the client. If a copywriter needs to hop on a call, content creator, all this, you lay down on this column right here and you have the different phases. Now the phases, they go, you know, it's based on the client's account. So that means, okay, what is it that we all collectively do on this first phase? We need to make sure we have the forms. We need to make sure to say hi or whatever you need to get done. You do it there. And then you go on the phase 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to show you a client journey example for this specific offer. Okay. The trigger is when does this phase start? Who is responsible is the assignee. And then the focus is what exactly are we doing at this phase? What exactly is the one thing that if we accomplish, then we're doing great? So this is how you go about this. And this is how we build it for our clients. You have to be careful when you're creating the client journey flow because you don't want to do some sloppy work and then just be like, oh, okay, I did it, I'm done. In reality, you want to pay attention to this. Okay, it's the backbone of your operations. If you fail this one, I don't know how exactly you are expecting to hire people in your team because what are you going to hire them for? Or are you going to hire people doing the same job at the same time, right? I'm a bit strict with this because I have seen it before where people are just like launching new offers and then beef up their team. A lot of people working at the same time, not a lot of value. Now we need to hire more people to manage the people and it's getting crazy, right? So make sure you have your client journey flow in place. And this is how I work with our clients. What I do is I work with them and analyze their client journey flow and I tell them, hey, you're not doing this right, or hey, this is not scalable. Yeah, it works right now, but if you're looking to scale to multiple 7 figures, this is not going to work. I have seen it work in these ways, I've seen it work in these other ways, but it's not going to work in the way that you're doing it. So then we implement the solutions. So when it comes to the client journey flow, this is the number one tool. You are trying to get your clients from point A to point B. Just make sure you're doing it in a systematic way that doesn't require every single day of your life. You're there, you're monitoring your team, you have micromanagers, managers of the managers, and all this crazy stuff, right? You want to have sustainable scale and have the backbone of your operations fully dialed in. So create your client journey flow, block 2 hours, schedule with your team, get back to your team today, or go on your calendar and add 2 hours in your calendar, invite everyone and start working on this. It's one of the most important things that has actually helped all of our clients dial in their operations, and it's a non-negotiable. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you are a business owner making 6 figures and looking to scale to multiple 7 figures or 7 figures, then you can find a link right below where you can actually book a call with myself and my team. We'll be more than happy to help you. This is something we're doing with multiple clients in the agency space and also in the consulting space. A lot of people have trusted us with their operations. It's completely done for you, and also consulting. So feel free to book a call and then let's take you to 7 figures. So happy you guys got to see how exactly we work with our clients, and feel free to subscribe. And until next time, take care and scale your biz. See ya.